Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, February 7th, just coming on 5 a.m. A little late for me. And I want to congratulate you all because you have survived Q1 earnings. Q1 earnings are unofficially over with. Now, with Amazon having reported last night, there's nothing at all worth anything as far as weight left to report. NVIDIA doesn't report until after OPEX week, after Valentine's Day, all the way towards the end of the month. So for now, call it earnings are over. I got for you here on screen a old screenshot back from 2017. The June 9 Amazon 1000 puts. And how we played this was we were in it, 25 cents. And when we got to that, $3 level, I remember early in that day, that was it. That's it. Come on, guys, take the trade off. We're out. We hit our level. I don't remember the chart at the time, but we hit our level. Holy shit. Having had stayed in the trade, it's a 10,000% return trade. So, yeah. When we get open today, I will share a 0 DTE Amazon trade, and you're welcome to take it. You're welcome to watch it, but you got to remember, this is a 0 DTE, so you will need a day trade if you are one of those people that are managing your day trades. But really, I don't have much to go over with or any kind of real guidance of wisdom because we're stuck. We're stuck in the mud at the upper echelon of the mosh pit is where we are. We've got payrolls, jobs report coming out at 8:30. We'll get a little bit of insight after that. But then after that, all that we have today is the preliminary University of Michigan numbers for the month. And that's it. There's nothing on the schedule for the rest of the trading session. So leave it as what it is. That's where we're stuck. But I'll go over here quickly with you because, again, yesterday you started to see that range. Now you're starting to see it compress. Tops are processes. Bottoms are events. Seeing that range compress as we are, quick reminder here, we are now in the window of the full moon. The full moon window, with the full moon being next week, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday being CPI. Next week, Wednesday being Jerome Powell testifies. Next week, Wednesday being the end of the Chinese New Year. I've got my own personal opinions about China because I live very close to it. I see a lot of things going on. I don't think that Trump is done with the China thing, and I think a big bomb could come out at any time from that between now and February 12th when President Xi more than likely takes the phone call. Over here, again, nothing burger, 37-point range, got your green close, 3 green closes in a row. Doesn't mean anything at all. Means nothing, 3 green closes. Blah, 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 blah. I sound like fucking Joe Biden.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
3 green closes in a row means nothing. However, as we had when we went into this week with the 3 green weeks in a row, I could tell you, prior to Amazon reporting their earnings, we had a pretty decent shot. I can't really see how we're going to get a minus 100-point day and break down below 59.70 and close below 59.70 today. So,
Huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
For all intents and purposes, we are getting a 4th green week in a row, and I tried to do my best to kind of give you a heads up about that. I don't see any reason to front run it, although there is an opportunity when we get into the later part of today for next week. But it is going to be something that we are going to be dedicated and focused to come Monday morning next week when the market does open. So on that subject, there are 2 again, that 161.05, 6100 that I gave out last week Friday, many of you took profits on it, but I know that there are a couple of you that are still in it. That is on the table today, and obviously that 59.75, 59.70, which for all intents and purposes, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. We've discussed your options if you want to roll the trade, absorb a little bit of the credit that you've received and roll it over to next week. Very much an option. Or to just walk away from it and get ready for next week. That's the option that's there on that. Over on the QQQ, again, being up here, we hit my levels that I was always talking about for better part of 2 months. Entered into the 6th QQQ puts trade since that level had gotten attained to back 6 weeks ago. Very much looking forward to the forecast that I have on that. And once again, over here on the QQQ, 3 green weeks in a row and a close be above 513.47 today will provide you a 4th green week in a row. And this, from my historical opinion and vision, this is actionable from a credit spread point of view. And QQQ, absolutely you could do it, but it has a tiny little bit of a warning on it. And any of you that want to do the QQQ credit spread for next week, message me and I will share it with you, or maybe I'll just post it in the room. IWM, gorgeous. Gorgeous visit up there to that 230 yesterday. The only person I saw post anything was SPX Nancy. Nancy posted on there getting today's, the February 7, 227 puts. 160% was the best exit that she got on that scale out. You got your red close, doesn't mean anything, but we did not get minus 1% yesterday. 227.30, minus 1% was at 227.11. So that makes now 7 out of the 24 trading sessions so far this year that IWM has not produced a plus or minus 1% day. All the rest of them, plus or minus. 17 trading sessions, plus or minus 1%. And considering where you're at, it's pretty much about 80% accuracy as to the direction that you're going to. Last year, you had 94 plus 1% days, 78 minus 1% days. So add those two up, come up with your number, minus 252. This bitch moves around. This is a penny stock option trader's dream, IWM. If you don't know it, don't jump on it, but start to get to know it because there's a lot of money to be made there on IWM. So again, Amazon will be a focus of attention come today, but let me get you off here and get you onto the charts real quick because I don't want to waste your time. Nope, got to zoom over here. And again, yesterday, I have my moving averages here, so you got a big space down below. The 50-day, the 20-day, the 10-day, which is where we came right down to yesterday, right to that 60.44 for respect. Nice drop-off there in the middle of the afternoon. And what do you know? The low of the day came at 233. Wow. I mean, what a coincidence. And then you got your 230 algo, bam, and miraculously you broke above that 60.78.84. And you pushed for that 60.88 to make sure that you had a little bit better than a 30-point range. Right over there, 60.78.76. Your 78.6 retracement of the tariff drop with the big deep-seek drop being just a week prior to that. And unfortunately, we don't have any kind of results of anything whatsoever from our bigger, broader, wider view, other than anybody who looks at this chart pattern has a pretty good idea of what is going to be coming down next week, especially since you have 4 green weeks in a row. Come over here onto your new moon and boom, perfect on the day. On the day of the new moon, you place that high. And what we have coming now is our full moon. And our full moon will be coming here next week. Next week, we'll be placing one of these little white circles right where the full moon takes place. And, I mean, come on, man. You look at this from a cleaned up point of view. Bear flag, bear flag, bear flag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looking at the 6-hour time frame. Nothing but green. Doesn't work forever. IWM, again, over here, your visit up there to 230, very similar to what you had back here at the very end of January where we got that hit to 230. We were in the March 225 puts. Bam. Told you, you want to take your profits, go for it, take your profits when we had that big drop there on the tariffs over the weekend. And here we are reclaiming all the way back up to 230. And again, for that 0 DTE level, 227. 227 is where the meat and potatoes are for the bottom side. 230 on the upside, 227 on the bottom side. On the QQQ, again, same thing. Blind eye, bear flag, but we have no results. We have 0 results to give any kind of confirmation as to the wider term direction on this. Look at the detailed chart, and again, the same thing. 528.61, short. 528.61, short. 528.61, close enough, short. 528.61, you get it. You get it. Well, we got up here again, and that's it. It's over with. There are no more Mag 7 earnings coming out. There's none. Nothing. 0. NVIDIA, end of the month. And then you come over onto your Dow, and your Dow with that massive, very similar to the IWM, big, huge sell-off from the all-time highs onto January 13th, and you've reclaimed right back up to it, directly back to it. So, yes, the idea is set up for the puts, very much like you had prior to the tariff weekend, and your short-term vision is that break below 438, and then you have your multiple number of gaps that are down there below that. But then that brings us on here to your credit spread buy single leg puts conundrum, and that is your VIX. Your VIX is down here onto that 1542, and it can go lower. It absolutely can go lower. We can get all the way into this gap, which is still fractionally unfilled, and take us down to 1451. We can go down to 1339. But when you're down in a cheap VIX like this, getting credit on the SPX, when you're doing call credit or put credit spreads, it's very, very difficult to get paid something that is worth the risk that you're taking without being extremely close to the money. And this is where mistakes start to happen. This is where you start getting mistakes, very much like what I had there on, on Wednesday. Over on Wednesday, the trade didn't work. Did not work. The 60-45, 60-40 call credit spread didn't work. Didn't get that drop, didn't get that dip, didn't get anything. Even though there was a chance to get out of it very early, it didn't work. So the VIX is going to be a problem. So I will leave you off for all of those who are still listening to this fucking raspy voice of this old man and bring you on first and foremost to the futures. Mishigosh. Total fucking mishigosh here. You are 49% to the upside, 49% to the downside, and there's a little green slot on the roulette machine for going nowhere. That's your 2%. We're nowhere here on futures. We're waiting for the jobs report. Until the jobs report comes out, we got nothing that we can discuss. So bring it over here onto my view of the Mag 7, and I will bring you out here. I guess I got to zoom out. Google, bam, slam down earnings, minus 10%, hovering above the 2024 close. And as you can see here very cleanly, you're going absolutely nowhere. I'm going to have to do this for every chart, aren't I? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Apple, yeah, you're, again, nothing. You had your earnings, a week ago? I don't have it on the chart here, but again, you're banging your head on this 234 resistance, and you got your 228 support just down there below that. So you got nothing on Apple at all. Over here on Meta, I mean, I stopped smoking crack back in 1994. When I was graduating college, I decided, you know what, that's it. I've smoked enough crack in my life. I'm going to give it up. So I have a very hard time relating to Meta up here in the 700s. when 659 and 649 were my, okay, now this is undoubtedly going to be the top. Well, quite frankly, I've been proven wrong again by Mr. Mark Zuckerberg that Meta doesn't have a top. Microsoft. This is very interesting on Microsoft. I have a 445, 405 alarm set up here. And let me zoom you out here just so you see this. 445, 405. Since, this is a year now, we've been in this channel. 405, 445, 405, 445, 405, 445. And then Palantir. Yeah, well, you know what, Mr. Palantir? Your days are numbered. Because, come on. Again, very much like Meta, when it comes down to the crack smoking and whatnot.
I love burning the short sellers. Like, almost nothing makes a human happier than taking the lines of cocaine and away from these short sellers who, are going short on a truly great American company, not just ours, but just love pulling down great American companies so that they can pay for their coke. And the best thing that could happen to them is we will lead their coke dealers to their homes after they can't pay their bills. And that's like one of my...
Surely all short sellers.
Yeah, well, go ahead,
habits.
do your thing, we'll do our thing.
You do as much as you want to do up here above 100 because all that you're doing is creating bag holders that are going to be hating themselves just like AMC, just like GameStop. You are the new meme stock. And your days are numbered. And when your days are numbered and everything starts to get their little itty-bitty liquidation, you'll be down below 70, and everybody will be crying and wincing that you need to come out with a new tweet or a new video. So here's Tesla. Tesla broke down below that 384. If you lose this, okay, because again, I want to give you the wide view on this. If you lose this, because again, got to remember, Democrats own electric vehicles. Democrats are pissed off that Kamala Harris isn't their president. Democrats don't know that the elongate Trump win gap, the Tesla Trump win gap is down here at 275, 251. And with this being a pretty clean 1, 2, 3 with the wave 4, threatening it here at 350, you lose 350, you're getting 313. You lose 313, you're filling that fucking gap, and we're getting back down into the 250. So be very, very aware of what's taking place over there with Tesla. So apologize, guys. That's pretty much all I got for you. We got Amazon that's going to be coming out with after their earnings today. Look at a wider view here on Amazon. I don't think I've updated my chart on Amazon for quite a while. Maybe this one. Yeah, that was my. The Trump win, 215.90. The 2024 close, 219.39. I really don't. I don't have any kind of juice other than Jeff Bezos was liquidating all of his shares at 200. We're up here at 232. Again, I got very little for you, but we will look at this from a day trade point of view, and with this being the week-to-date view, bang. I like the old 233, and I got a lot of respect for 228 with the understanding that 220 and the 50-day moving average are right there at 225 and at 220, with 221.77 being the low from earnings. So apologize, guys. I want you all to have a great weekend. Enjoy every little bit about it. Have fun. I understand the Super Bowl is on Sunday. Enjoy it. Enjoy every single thing about it. Drink as much beer as you want. Eat as many chicken wings as you want. But for those of you that are going to do the one-on-one calls with me on Saturday, be on time. You can waste your time as much as you want. Just don't waste mine.